I did a TEDx talk in Frome in the United Kingdom yesterday, and here are 10 powerful lessons about what I learned and what happened. And I hope it serves you if you're preparing to do your TED talk. When I was sent an invitation to audition for TEDx Frome, I didn't hesitate to apply. I was a very comfortable public speaker and I knew I'd do a great job. But then the journey began, and oh my. So, number one, I'm a confident public speaker. This is going to be easy. Look out, ego. The lessons are coming. Number two, I knew what I wanted to talk about, but then I didn't talk about it. I spent 2 months crafting a talk and I was struggling with it, despite it being my jam, my expertise, my passion. And then a moment came, and I explained that in the first minute of my TED talk, so I'll pop a link below. Number three, why did it seem so hard? This should be easy for me. It was hard because I think it's in the very DNA of TED that they want this to be a powerful, single, inspiring idea. And I'm not sure they'd use these words. These are my words, but it's about serving humanity and creating conversations that are going to further ideas and make us a better world. So even when you think you know your topic, the very fabric of the purpose of TED leaks through if you're willing to go on the journey. So you can push your agenda and think, I'm going to do this for my business. I can promote myself and all that ego stuff. You can go in with that. But at some point you will be faced with the reality of what are you really on? What is your true purpose? What are you really on this earth for? And therefore, what have you really got to say? So that's where it got hard. And I'm a business mentor and a coach, and this is my jam. I know this stuff. And perhaps that made me more aware of it when it arose. So I did actually embrace that journey. Some people have said to me, not everyone does that with TEDx, but I think if you're up for it, like, you'll really be forced to look at what you're about. Number four, falling into the medicine pit. That's my term, but I love it because it's like the hole you end up in when everything gets so hard and you think you're going to pull out, or you think you can't do it, or you've cancelled everything and you've spent hours and hours and days and weeks and you're still not getting to that single place. Even though you have moments where you think, yeah, that's it, I've got it. And then a new thought or a new idea comes in, often in your dreams. And then you crash. You basically crash and you have some kind of crisis where you think, oh my God, can I do this? What have I done? What have I got myself in for? Maybe I should ring and cancel, however it looks for you. But it's actually a medicine pit, because it's when we crash and face the fact, the hardest times, that's where the greatest lessons come. And wow, it's not easy being in the medicine pit. It's quite draining, and you might even get ill. But if you stay in awareness, you will discover a new focus. Number five, facing the truth and finding my alignment. Well, that's when you crawl out of the medicine pit. That's when you actually embrace the lesson. And that can be an exquisite moment. So if you can get through the hardship of the medicine pit, the climbing out part's pretty fantastic. And I did find my alignment. And when I did, it was a big shock and a big surprise. And I had a little bit of a panic. And you'll have to watch the TED Talk. Just the first minute, it explains what happened. And some people came up to me afterwards and said, did that really happen? And I was like, yeah, why do you think I said it? I said verbatim, that's exactly how it happened. So number six, discovering your one thing. This is when your talk will finally get easy. When you're an expert in an area, you have data and stories and just wads of information. And how can you possibly distill that into one idea? It is possible, but it takes time and exploration. But you do have to get it to one thing. Don't do what I did, which is like, well, I've got 3 things, but that's okay because I'm going to make it work because I can do this. It's like your ego gets kicked out the door over and over when you do that. Number 7, remembering the purpose of a TED Talk. Gosh, it's in the very DNA of the purpose of TED to share an idea, for it to be about the audience. It's not about me. The purpose is to start a conversation that's going to matter in someone's life. maybe change one person, maybe change a lot of people, maybe just inspire people to be realigned again. That's the purpose of a TED Talk. It's actually got nothing to do with me. It's what comes through me. The ego gets a little bit of a battering at that stage, but it's so worth it if you can give in. Number 8, it's the audience that matters. It's in the TED manual. Speak to the audience. And when I really, truly served the people that were there and the people that may listen to that talk, that's when my ego finally smiled at me and waved goodbye. And I really succumbed to a beautiful moment of truth and a single idea. Number 9, editing and leaving what you love behind so that your idea can shine. This is really hard because I had great stories to tell and I wanted to try and pack them all in. And you've got to leave them all on the editing room floor, as they say, to help the story to shine. Again, it's when the ego kind of revisits the talk at the last minute and you go, no, I got this. Those good stories, there'll be another time they can come out. If they don't serve the single idea, leave them out. Or even if they do serve it, if there's no more time, you've got to leave it out. There's only so many stories you can tell. And number 10, this is the moment you have to get to before your TED Talk, or I think it would be quite hard. And I only got there 2 days beforehand, and it's the moment you realize you're ready. And the moment you're ready, I did feel an extraordinary calm and acceptance. And I really felt in full service to the people I was about to speak to. So that's my wish for you, to have a journey, maybe one that's not as harrowing, but if it does become harrowing, perhaps it's there to serve you. It's always a good question to ask. How is this serving me right now? Okay. So good luck with your TED Talk. And I really hope that has helped, because when I was looking for material to help me, I couldn't find anything like this. So I wanted to make this video for you. Let me know if it helped. Lots of love from me, and have an amazing experience, because it's one of the most extraordinary things you can do in life. I highly recommend it.